Hello, everyone, and I'm just sharing a few words on the words that we use. I did a post on social media, and it was about yes and no, and they're very small words, but they can become extremely loaded. And we all have these aspects inside of us where we find it very difficult to embrace certain things, and yet yes and no are just part of the same cycle. They're the opposites, like yin and yang, and there's meant to be balance. Now, personally, I have found the no extremely repressed, but that was because of experiences in my childhood, and so no became something that was so constricted. I have got 1,000,001 words I can use instead of no. I feel very congealed and very tense in my body when I was thinking about saying no to someone. And it's only recently that I've been unravelling it more and more. I've been aware of it for a while, but I've just been unravelling it more and more as to why it's been so loaded. And it's childhood, and you have these things inside of you too, where you find it very difficult to express a certain aspect, and if we don't, we're completely out of balance. We need the opposites. We need the yes and the no. The yes has to be balanced with the no. And I know personally I've sacrificed, in all aspects of my life because that no was not there. And that's even an energetic no with somebody, because people can sense with situations, with work, with environments, with relationships. You need both. And so when you do your personal journey with your yes and then your no, just consider, is it in balance? Have you got both? And if they haven't, how loaded it is and how congealed it feels and how uncomfortable you feel. That is a marker and a reminder as to how much has been put on it. So how many life experiences, how many situations where no was just not accessible to you. And if you go back to childhood, the words, what's the first words very often that kids learn? Yes and no. And so if there's a lot of repression there, you can understand then it goes way back. As children, we're dependent on the adults around us, and we learn from them. We have no choice. We're powerless around them. And so any experiences that knock you when you're young, you can still be working through the residue now. So just consider, what's your balance with your yes and your no. Because see it as, we need the opposites. We need yin, yang, black, white. We need that balance. And if you've only got the one active and not the other, whichever one it is, you could even have a really, really active no and not have the yes. But whichever one, you need the both. And so allow yourselves to open up to your personal journey with these two words, yes and no. And where are you? And the uncomfortableness, just be aware of it. Awareness is everything. It means you have the opportunity to go in deeper, to dive in deeper, to explore and to understand yourself more and more, and how important these two words are in life. And you'll have other words in your vocabulary as well, but yes and no are just a really simple example because they're small but they're so profound. Yes, I accept that. No, I don't accept that. Healthy boundaries. There's so much talked about boundaries. Well, in reality, it's this, the yes and no. That's a healthy boundary. Yes, that's acceptable. No, that's not. And so there's a give in things. You also trust yourself and you also trust others, because you know that you'll put you'll put the no and you'll put the yes in. So trust, it's interlinked with that too. How do you trust yourself? How do you trust others? If you've got the balance in the yes and no, then you can. So go on a gentle journey with this and allow yourself to understand that you're coming right now from the perspective as an adult. But if you go back to being a child, you are completely dependent on those around you. So if any experiences, or if you also see members of your family where it's not active, where the yes and the no isn't active, then you'll take it on as an example. But just be aware, as a child, you were a sponge and you were taking on everything that was around you, and you were completely dependent on the adults around you. That's how strong an impact these things have on you, and why you're still carrying it now. But this is then the opportunity for you to open up and to bring light to this, to soften it, to understand yourself, to understand others. and to embrace this balance in life, in everything. Many blessings to you, one and all.